serve showcase last played in 2014 after a 10-year absence. We're back. Holly McPeak, go.
We are back here at the KFC Yum Center, and we are
she is next level. High contact point, dynamic attacker. You see her numbers. 5 blocks, 6 kills. She is something special.
And we are back underway.
She added 3 inches to her vertical. She's now touching 10-10.
Bevan with the dig. Delay with the attack. Rodriguez can't handle it. Point Kentucky.
Kentucky's using their back row attack, and that time a C ball, not a D all the way out, and that's attacking the seam of the Nebraska block in transition, paying off for that last point.
Beeson is denied by Kentucky's defense, so the Wildcats out of the timeout get a couple of points.
Yeah, guys, I was over in Kentucky's timeout, that last one, and Craig Skinner really wants some energy out of this team. As soon as they called that timeout, the girls weren't really talking to each other. He looked at everybody and he said, hey, they're getting a big block up, but we've got to cover some balls, and everyone needs to go out there and compete.
Beeson misses the shot down the line, so Skinner's team now within 3 after 3 straight points.
It started with a block by Brooklyn Delay, number 17 in blue, and then the next swing, Merritt Beeson turns this ball wide. There you see the beautiful out call.
I don't know if ball 6 has ever been called beautiful
It is
before.
beautiful.
I think it's beautiful. I
It's
love
just
the
smiling in its
accuracy.
AI technology way.
But to Christine's point, Craig Skinner has made his money on having a really gritty team that doesn't go away. Even when their back's against the wall in past years, they always come back. They're never out of a match. So I appreciate the message to him of, hey, show some energy. We're not out of this. We can force a 5th, but we got to play cleaner volleyball.
There they are. 9-6.
Megan Wilson with her 6th kill. She's had a quiet night offensively on the right side for Kentucky.
I thought it was interesting. Craig Skinner said she may be the best right side blocker he's ever coached. And that's saying something because Kentucky's had a slew of excellent right sides. But to be the best blocker, she must be something special.
There's Andy Jackson. You talked about her ability, her athleticism, showed a little of it there to get the point.
We used to talk about A.J. O'Neal of Texas as the slide queen. I think Andy Jackson is definitely the new slide queen. So good at going off 1 foot behind her setter.
A passing of the crowns, if you will.
Yes. Are we giving that crown here in day number 1? Are we?
For now, I think we can absolutely give it to Andy Jackson, yeah.
Somebody has to take it away from her.
Nice! Oh, good! Wow!
That's going to be a point for Kentucky. Great save by Murray earlier in the point, but in the end, the Wildcats get the point.
We talked about transition. Look at Harper Murray do everything she can to keep that alive. And then Showboy gets it over the net, but Delay has the answer for Kentucky.
Nebraska's so good in the unscripted scenarios, the unscripted situations where they just got to have their instincts make plays.
Yeah, the improvisation, amazing. They've got the athleticism that could put that improvisation to work. And it's a point for Nebraska.
Big, quick transition swing goes long for Delay.
Little pause from the officials. Are they just confirming the in and outs? Now Jackson will come off. And here comes Kennedy Orr to serve. Served well in that third set. Won by Nebraska, 25-15. Still to come, Louisville and Wisconsin in Game 2 of our season opening doubleheader. I don't know if we fully settled that last point.
Well, looks like Nebraska's checking their rotation.
So while they talk, I want to get your first thoughts on Wisconsin and Louisville still to come, because we've got quite a doubleheader here tonight.
Well, I'm really excited. I think we're going to see some new people in important roles, but also some really experienced veterans as well.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Louisville looks like if they run a different system because of all the weapons they have. I think Wisconsin's going to be a little bit more known to us, but I am so excited to see what Charlie Furbringer, the true freshman setter from Wisconsin, brings to the table. She is an exciting player, the #1 setting recruit out of high school. She's going to be awesome.
I've been told between matches, Christine and Jen are going to be wrapping up our first game and previewing our second match. And during the warm-up for match number 2, that Sarah Franklin from Wisconsin, the ABC Player of the Year last year, and Anna DeBeer, the Queen of Louisville, you gave up that crown. They're going to be mic'd up, and they're going to be able to interact with Jen and Christine during the warm-up. So they'll have a little back and forth, and you'll kind of be taken onto the court. And there you see this matchup of 2 of the very best players in the country set to go head-to-head in match number 2.
These two have been faces of college volleyball for quite some time. Sarah Franklin has been a household name up at Wisconsin. Anna DeBeer has really changed this program here in Louisville, leading them to their first national semifinal. We've got movement finally from Nebraska. John Cook continues to have conversations with the down official.
And because Nebraska was out of system, Kentucky gets the point.
You don't see that often, that teams get out of rotation.
It has not been fully sorted out as of yet. I think when it's all said and done, Kennedy Orr's, or at least she looked like she was going to come back off the court. Cook getting an explanation from Michelle Prater. Craig Skinner staying just close enough. Of course, Skinner and Cook coach together.
Harper Murray telling her teammates of Nebraska that they are in rotation 5.
We talked to, as they still sort this out, I know it's been talked about so often about, Craig Skinner was an assistant to John Cook, and Craig went through the story because he says as you get a little older, you get more nostalgic, and moments like this feel so great because John Cook gave Craig Skinner a job that paid $12,000 a year, and Craig lived in a $250 efficiency apartment and loved every minute of it, he said.
He had a futon and a wicker chair from Pottery Barn. He said those were his 2 items in his lovely apartment out in Nebraska.
That gets home. I feel like I have the same. My rent was never $250 though.
I'll take that.
Connections all over this matchup because Craig Skinner and Kelly Sheffield were assistants together in their start of their coaching journey in high school. Do you know Danny Busboom, who was a standout in Nebraska? One of Craig Skinner's last recruits when he was an assistant coach at Nebraska was Danny Busboom, who is now the head coach, of course.
Here's that tree.
Oh, okay, so we've got the John Cook tree. Oh, there you go, there's Craig, back in the Nebraska days. And Danny Busboom Kelly will have her team on the court here momentarily. Taking a few moments than expected, more than we planned on because of this delay here. Just trying to get the personnel set. They want to get the score set as well.
All right, we have a delay here because of something.
He's all about efficiency, right? He's talked about
We need something.
ways that we can speed up the game of volleyball. That's why you see Bolts here tonight. They're talking about implementing a serving clock, like a pitch clock that they have in college baseball and MLB. Sure, he doesn't like that this is extending, but we've got to get the rotation right, and I think we are finally in a position where we can play again.
Because, as Holly mentioned, too, they had to adjust the score correctly, so instead of 11-7, it's 10-8.
And it's worth marking this. Because momentum is lost here. They've been standing around for a really long time, Holly. If Kentucky can somehow rally here and start playing well in this 4th set, they were able to close the 5th. You look back
whistle for play yet. DJ is going deep into the play. We're into the Joe Jet section of our film. Hey, let's go.
Thought we were gonna have to get the bugler back out here.
Oh, the bugler was here then. Call the post. Very Louisville thing to get things started. Did the bugler go home? Can he go, like, does he know any other songs outside of the call the post?
I'm not well versed in what the bugler knows and does not know.
You're from Louisville, so
He
there's only
plays
one song that
that
matters.
really matters. He does it really well. Just like Andy Jackson does really well getting kills out of the middle for Nebraska. How about that for a segue?
You got it all. So now, as we mentioned before, Kenan Yor was on. That was off. Now she's back on. I think everything's all set.
Notification. Reminder your program will start now.
Basket block there again. Krause.
Textbook block by Krause, number 22 in red. She just gets there and so quick with her press over the net that there's nowhere to go offensively.
Both 6'4", they're like synchronized divers or swimmers that you saw in the Olympics. They go up together, they press together, everything's sealed.
They don't smile like synchronized swimmers.
No.
Harper Murray couldn't get that one. And it's a point for Kentucky.
Again, Erin Lamb coming up big. When Kentucky needs a kill, she's been the answer.
And now with 13 kills, 29 total attempts. How about the work Brooklyn DeLay is putting in tonight? 51 swings. The highest swing total for any Nebraska player is 32 for Merritt Beeson.
Well, I also think that, yes, Brooklyn DeLay is tried and true, so yes, you want to go to her often, but Kentucky's been out of system a lot, so they've had to utilize that outside pin.
Krause for Nebraska.
Lindsey Krause looking so smooth before she went out early last year. She was the Big Ten Player of the Week. She was putting up incredible numbers, and you see her returning to form for Nebraska.
There's DeLay. Rodriguez. Lamb. Another kill for Aaron Lamb. 14 for Aaron. We didn't ask if we got the green light, but we heard the teammates and Craig Skinner refer to her as Lambo, which, as far as nicknames go,
I dig it.
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's off of Kentucky. Point for Nebraska. Up by 4.
Nebraska have been really good lately getting their middles involved. We saw Andy Jackson go off offensively, and now Becca Allen scoring one tough in the cross court.
Good serve by Krause at DeLay. They continue to put pressure on her. There's Daly. Rodriguez. Harper Murray. Good
Beautiful
dig
set.
by Bevan. A delay. That's out of play. Point Nebraska.
To Holly's point, Rebecca Alex hitting .615, Andy Jackson .467. So both have been extremely efficient when given the opportunity by Bergen Riley.
Nebraska very efficient in this fourth set, hitting 400. Good serve here. Lamb tried to get to it. Took
Ran
out
over our cameraman, I think.
took out of camera. Zach is up. Oh, thumbs up, yes. Timeout called by Kentucky. So one of the added bonuses of being here for this opening night is we have all 4 coaches mic'd up, starting here in match 1. Craig Skinner for Kentucky, John Cook for Nebraska. Let's listen to some of what's been said tonight.
What is now is what we're talking about, okay? Regardless, we're down 2, down 5, up 5. Let's continue to stay in the now until we stay present and get the left-handed thing. You guys got to see where she's going. out there, left hand, we got it shape on that. Smile, you're the best server in the country. Trust it and stick it. Harper! No bounce blocks. Wait, get there, go high and use a block. Over! Yeah! Keep the pressure on. Everything we do, discipline, Andy.
Wow.
I think Nebraska's kept the pressure on, especially in set 3 and set 4.
Well, as this game goes
They've been
off,
surgical with the efficiency we've seen, not just at the net, Holly, but in the backcourt as well.
I agree. And when they serve well and they put pressure on you with their block, it really shrinks the court in the backcourt. It is hard to find open floor.
There's just so much continuity with this Nebraska team. I mean, Bergen Riley knows all of her attackers extremely well because she went through an entire season a year ago with them. Whereas Emma Grome, although she's a veteran setter, she's working with new pieces this season, especially in the middle.
Kentucky able to get Megan Wilson involved again offensively. The more kills they can get from her on that right side, that time she goes off 1 foot, the better. Again, taking the pressure off Lamb and delay on that left pin.
Wilson, as mentioned before, in a different position this year for Grome to work with over the right side from the outside. Mentioned Jordan Daly and Brooke Boltma in the middle. Asian Big Pen, a freshman, added to the mix for this Kentucky team.
Megan Wilson played predominantly on the outside last year for Kentucky, but when she was at Oklahoma, she got time on both pins, so she's very comfortable on that right side.
Mistake again, do not serve Lexi. I mean, we've talked about it. Serve away from her, short, disrupt some rounds, but another great set where they're able to run that high percentage attack to Rebecca Alec, number 5 in red.
Cook loves it.
Oh, yeah. What's not to love? Great balance for Nebraska. Alec with 10
Aw.
kills, Beeson with 10 kills, Jackson with 9 kills, Krause
It's alright,
with
just
7,
take it
Murray
off.
with 7.
We're
I mean,
good
that is an
still.
all-star team, and they're spreading the wealth beautifully.
And that speaks to Bergen Riley, knowing what her hitters need and being willing to get everybody involved. But to be able to get everybody involved, you have to pass well. That's an overpass, but so far throughout the night, Nebraska's done a really nice job at serve receive.
Delay. There's Rodriguez with the dig. To Riley, to Beeson. Delay has it sent back, but it's out of play.
Wow.
Point for Kentucky.
There's a point for Nebraska where Harper Murray got stuck in the middle, and she was going outside to close that block, and then in transition, she and Andy Jackson switched. Nice heads-up play by Ben.
Murray, serve receive, got set up for the kill and put it away for her 8th of the night.
I remember last year, John Cook isolating in Harper Murray's gear, working on her footwork for those particular situations, and you see how hard she worked with her feet to get there.
Because she comes forward, right? They drop the ball in front of her, so she's moving forward. She makes the pass, and then she's got to work her butt off to get outside in transition so she can take a full approach back to the net. It's really hard work.
What?
There's Tuzzo. You heard Craig
We're
Skinner
leading by
singing
4.
her praises as far as her
Good.
serve.
You know.
Delivers a good one here. Nebraska able to handle it. And Nebraska gets the point.
I love that play for Bergen Riley because it's not a perfect pass right on the net when most setters run their middle. She's a step or two off the net, but the fact that she's still able to run Andy Jackson, she gets her up high enough so she can still attack off the net, but being able to keep your middles involved in not so perfect situations makes you a really hard offense to stop.
And Andy Jackson has a big offensive window to get her that ball.
Choboy to Tuzzo. Delay. Nebraska's still.
Whoa, good save!
Tracked it down. Choboy with the dig. Jackson and Riley were there, but it's a point for Kentucky.
Lots of good defensive touches by Nebraska, but DeLay able to score on that last transition swing. John Cook wants a timeout.
His team up by 4, but seeing something he didn't particularly care for there, so he's going to take a moment here and bring his team together. They're up 2-1, trying to win their opener here. Nebraska will take on Texas A&M Corpus Christi Friday. TCU on Saturday, back in Lincoln. 319 straight sellouts, by the way. Their Big Ten opener, this will sound a little different. UCLA on September 27th.
You see in this Nebraska bench shot in all black, that's Jordan Larson. She just came back from Paris, and you want to know how many days head coach John Cook gave off?
Can we guess? 0.0.
0. She wanted to go to Mexico with her friends. He said, I'll see you tomorrow. She said, okay. I said, what? One of the greatest players of all time for the USA. Class act.
She's up to 4 Olympic medals, right? So 4 Olympic medals doesn't buy you at least a weekend in Cozumel?
It's crazy.
Seriously.
I feel like we need to talk to John about
I
it.
think we do. He might not listen.
No, he probably won't. She's going to be an excellent coach. The players absolutely love her. She takes them to coffee in the morning just to check in with them, not just as players, but as people. Having that kind of resource on the bench is massive.
And Jordan Larson has been where all these players aspire to be, so what a great role model in connection.
So when is the vacation? Is it like last week in December?
Never.
She said she might get a few days off at Christmas.
And after the volleyball season, December 22nd is the last day in this building, by the way.
Yes. December 22nd to January 2nd.
And not a day longer. Nebraska, the first team to 20 here in set number 4. Nebraska won set 1, Kentucky won set 2, but then Nebraska took over, established their block, won set 3 with ease, and they're up by 4 here in the 4th. They're up by 5 in the 4th.
Seems like that set might be dying a little bit inside, and Aaron Lamb doesn't have room to operate around that block.
Kentucky wants to run it really fast, but even though you're running it fast doesn't mean that you have to shoot it low. You still want to be able to shoot it high enough so that your hitters can elevate.
So block totals have completely swung in Nebraska's direction after Kentucky had a 1-block edge after set number 2. All Nebraska in that category since then. Can Kentucky mount a late comeback here in set 4? Starts with a good serve. They get it, and they get the point. Ace for the Wildcats.
Baltimore has done a really nice job from the service line as a middle and as somebody who has been untested, right?
We're
She's
evenly
out
by
the season
3.
ago, she redshirted, and now this is her first true season with the Wildcats. She's been impressive.
And again, a middle blocker taking pride in her serve and her defense.
We're on ESPN2 for tonight's game.
Boltzmann again. Beeson.
Missed block assignment by Kentucky. Merritt Beason all alone.
1-on-none. Great job by Bergen Riley recognizing that Beason's coming out of the right back. No blockers, nobody home. All that court to work with. Heck of a play.
But that was made happen because she was left back and ran all the way across the court, and Kentucky lost her.
With the block. Another block for Nebraska. Since set number 2 ended, Nebraska's block edge is now 13-2.
Wow.
2 points away from taking the opening match of the season. Beeson, 11 kills, 5 blocks, 8 digs. That one is long.
Wow, we're on a roll, and this will be the match point for the win. Here we go.
Nebraska fans,
This is it.
12 to Louisville.
We're on ESPN2 for tonight's opening season. Here we go. Who wins? Wow.
On her 58th swing of the night, she catches that cross-court line. Here you see both 6. I love the immediate replay in ball.
Here we go.
Match point number 2 for Nebraska. Harper serve receive. Krause. Kept alive. Beeson. Blocked back. Kentucky's not done yet.
I always say when you set your middles, get them involved in the offense. I feel like they're more connected to the game and they block better.
Sure. Keeps them more engaged.
Match point number 3 for Nebraska.
That's it! We won the game already! We won the first game of the season!
Huskers in the win column to start the season, a familiar place for the second-ranked team in the country. They win it in 4 sets. They won set 3, 25-15, set 4, 25-20.
Our score was 3-1. And Kentucky will be back home, but Friday it's going to be a big day for them
Learned a lot about their team, and then for
on
Nebraska,
SEC
they
Network.
responded to the pressure from Kentucky and got better and better as that match went on, especially in the service area and the block defense.
Both coaches told us coming into the game they weren't really focused on matchups per se. They said we're just focused on our own side. What can we learn about our squad moving forward? I think both teams have a good base knowledge because this wasn't some cupcake that they scheduled. They came in, they go forward, they're going to learn a lot, be able to take that data with them as they go into non-conference, and both of them have a heck of a schedule ahead of them.
And they do it at the site of the 2024 National Championship. They hope to return here then. They will be here September 22nd to take on Louisville here at the Yum Center. Let's go to Christine, standing by with Merritt Beeson.
Merritt, you guys won the first set, lost the second one. What was the difference between the second and third set for you guys to come out so strong?
That's Merritt Beeson, one of my favorite,
I think there were a lot of little
one of my
plays that we
favorite players.
didn't take care of on our side, and that ultimately cost us the game. So when we went to the locker room, we just talked about playing Nebraska volleyball. That's kind of what we resort back to when things don't go our way. So we just tried to control our side, and ultimately that's what got us the third and the fourth.
One thing that you guys did control is the net. 18 blocks to end the match. What was the mindset defensively?
Yeah, I mean, we came in pretty prepared, but there were also a lot of question marks because it's the first match of the year, so there's not a lot of film or lineups. Like, we really had no idea. So one thing we talked about was the great ones adjust. That's a saying that we have. And so whoever was out there, we were going to have to figure out their tendencies and then move on from there. And I think that we did a really good job of that.
1-0 on the season. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Something that stands out too is the balance for the attack. Alec had 11 kills, Beeson had 11 kills, Jackson had 10 kills, Harper Murray with 8, Lindsey Krause in her return to the court with 7. That's great balance, and a lot of people say, well, they got so much depth, so much talent. How are they going to get everybody involved, keep everyone happy? That seems like pretty good balance, and the final score says that's going to be a happy locker room.
Bergen Riley does a really nice job distributing the ball. Yes, she's got lots of weapons, but that first contact has to be good enough for you to get them the ball.
I think you can't commend Lexi Rodriguez and Lainey Choboy enough for the job that they do in serve, receive, and in defense. The two of them together probably would put them up against anybody, Holly, as one of the best backcourts in the country.
Definitely.
It's a win for Nebraska. We are not done for the night because we still have Wisconsin and Louisville ahead. And Christine and Jen will keep you company between the two matches. You'll hear from Sarah Franklin and Anna DeBeer while they're on the court warming up. That's coming right up in just a few minutes.
Now do it. It will say so long from the KC Yum Center.